Hey there, everyone, and happy Memorial Day, people. Yep, it's Memorial Day. It's also the day before NFL players start getting cut and all that other. But still, it is Memorial Day. And may all those soldiers rest in peace. Anyways, we're also here to talk about the latest on the Julio Jones sweepstakes. We're also going to talk about the other NFL players that are supposed to be cut or traded by midnight. I see Two-Tone Zone was here earlier today. And thanks. Anyways, yeah. This Julio Jones sweepstakes could be ending by midnight tonight. Let's just hope it is final, people. Let's just hope it is final. Because we definitely need to see who wins the Julio Jones sweepstakes. All we do know is that it's going to come down to a few teams. Tennessee Titans is one of those teams. But we do got word that two NFL teams are already out of the Julio Jones sweepstakes. We already know it's the Los Angeles Rams, who basically didn't even get close to 24 hours of Julio Jones, by the way. Gave in after the first time. But the second team that's also out of the Julio Jones sweepstakes is the Baltimore Ravens. Now that one I expected, but was quite a shocker. I mean, seriously, you can't expect the Ravens to be out of it. I mean, seriously. They drafted Rashad Bateman. I knew all along that this would be a sign that they wouldn't get Julio Jones. D, welcome. Do you think Chiefs will land anyone? Tighten up, welcome. D, I will get to that. D, I will get to that in a few, but there is one player Chiefs are not getting, and that's Julio Jones. They were never interested in him anyways. Yeah, Cleveland Browns and Kansas City Chiefs, they were the two teams that weren't interested in him from the beginning. Rams and Ravens, they tried, but they couldn't pull it off. So yeah, we knew all along that the Rams was going to be less than 24 hours. But the Ravens, I'm sorry, Ravens fans, but you gave it a good fight, but it wasn't enough. Were the Chiefs interested in Orlando Brown Jr.? This trade already happened. Like that we knew of before the trade happened. I don't even know, D. I don't even know. I mean, seriously, if you guys... But I think you were interested in building up that offensive line. You had to take what you could to help Patrick Mahomes. Tighten Up's already got his Super Bowl prediction. Buffalo Bills versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Bills win somehow. I don't even know. If those two make the Super Bowl, then Tampa Bay's most likely going to repeat. I'm sorry, but I don't see Buffalo beating Tampa Bay. I think they repeat if it comes down to it. Anyways, in the Julio Jones sweepstakes, it's a neck and neck battle mostly between San Francisco 49ers and the Tennessee Titans. But based on what the Falcons think, I think it's most likely Tennessee Titans because they're probably scared of trading him to an NFC team. Yeah, they would rather have Julio Jones in as an AFC wide receiver. Other teams that are in the running are the following: New England Patriots at number 3. Number 4 is Seattle Seahawks. Number 5 somehow is the Green Bay Packers. Number 6, the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are the only LA team now that's interested. And finally, this one was a shocker. The Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are in the running for Julio Jones. Unbelievable. So, yeah, it's basically going to come down to either Tennessee Titans, San Francisco 49ers, New England Patriots, Green Bay Packers, Los Angeles Chargers, or Seattle Seahawks, or the Las Vegas Raiders. These 7 teams make up the Julio Jones sweepstakes at the moment. Meanwhile, Ravens and Rams are out. Cleveland Browns and Kansas City were never and Chiefs were never interested. Interested. They didn't show. Indianapolis was yeah. They basically had some problems. By the way, they weren't the most active so far. I think they were most interested in getting Zach Ertz the most because, hey, he's Carson Wentz and Frank Reed's partner. What else would you expect? I think Zach Ertz is one of the guys that's going to be cut by the end of the night on June 1st. Tomorrow, wild card, Titans and Dolphins. Oh. Need I remind you, these 2 teams play week 17. And that's not until January. So, yeah, if it comes down to it, I think Indianapolis Colts are probably waiting for either Alshon Jeffrey or Zach Ertz to be released. I'm pretty sure Indianapolis Colts would want to turn this into a Philadelphia AFC version of Philadelphia Eagles, except the part where the Colts have the lineup. At the lineup. That's why they're not mostly active on Julio Jones at the moment. That's why we're not seeing their names on the list. Also, we also need to talk about is Melvin Ingram. Seriously, how could this guy not be on the list? Colts better get a wide receiver. T.Y. is getting old. Yeah, but here comes the problem. Even if they were in the running for Julio Jones, he and T.Y. Hilton are basically old enough to create massive wide receiver problems for Indianapolis. Because what if they both retire at the same time? That could cause some major issues. It would definitely cause some major issues for Indianapolis. That's probably the reason why we haven't heard their names on the list for Julio Jones. I think most likely that they're probably waiting for Zach Ertz, tight end of the Eagles, because he worked with Carson Wentz, he worked with Frank Reed. So, yeah, if they could bring in Zach Ertz, it's basically going to be that offense is basically going to be looking like Eagles AFC version of the Eagles minus the this Indianapolis Colts team would be ready to go on offense. And I won't be able to blame them, which is why Tennessee Titans, they have to lock in. Danny P, welcome. Both our teams are still in the hunt for Julio Jones. I could see NFC Championship, Packers versus Bucks, and Aaron. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't play, I don't see Packers making the playoffs this year. At least not At least not as a divisional title. At least the wild card, maybe, but not division. I hate Pete Carroll. A Seahawks fan, not a fan of Pete Carroll. Yikes. Yeah, Seahawks, they're still in the running for Julio Jones, but how long until they become team number 3 to back out? Or hopefully they'll still keep on fighting until midnight, because we already know Rams and Ravens are already out of the running. Leaving the NFC West between the Rams, between the 49ers and the Seahawks. Cardinals were never interested in the beginning, and the Rams, they just called it quits. Meanwhile, Cleveland Browns and Pittsburgh Steelers don't have to worry about Julio Jones going into their division because the Ravens are already out. Just called it quits. So yeah, Steelers and Browns fans, you should. Congratulations. Julio on Rams, easy ring. Yeah, but like I said, Julio Jones are out, and Los Angeles Rams are out in the running. After one single try. But the Ravens, they kept on going up until this point. So, Steelers, Browns fans, you should count yourself lucky that Lamar Jackson's not going to be having Julio Jones as one of his main weapons. Still, it would have been a crying shame. Why, thank you, Danny P. Meanwhile, we still got Tennessee Titans. We still got San Francisco 49ers. We still got the New England Patriots. We still got Seattle Seahawks, by the way. We still also got Green Bay Packers? Unbelievable. Yeah, Green Bay Packers are still in the running as well. We also got the Los Angeles Chargers, the only LA team left, and we still got the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, I don't even know what the Raiders are doing. Excuse me for a second. Aaron for Julio? I highly doubt it. And anyway, sorry about that. I forgot I had the eco button on my air conditioner on. No way he goes to Green Bay. Exactly, Danny P. Exactly right. Right. If Julio Jones ends up on the Green Bay Packers by the end of the night or by morning, I'm gonna freak out, people. I'm gonna freak out. But there is no way in hell that is ever gonna happen. Still, Packers are still in the running. It is a tough call to make. It could be. If Packers are still in the running, that means they're still fighting for Julio. I want him on a no Super Bowl team. No way in hell is that going to happen. Because if he does, it means 0 Super Bowl rings. He needs to retire. A Pro Bowl wide receiver like him needs to retire with a Super Bowl team. I mean, seriously. As a matter of fact, Seahawks are still in the running. They are, and we all know Aaron Rodgers and Julio Jones talked about being on the same team. Maybe Seahawks will find a way to try and get Julio on the team. But we all know Tennessee Titans. We all know A.J. Brown has been fighting hard to get Julio Jones on the team for so long. You also got King Henry working with him. Yeah. So basically, it could come. But the strongest offers right now are Tennessee Titans and San Francisco 49ers at the moment. Yeah, the Tennessee Titans and San Francisco 49ers have the strongest offers at the moment. But if Julio Jones, if the Falcons decide to stay away from the NFC, the Tennessee Titans would in fact be the winners by now. I mean, seriously. They would have announced it by now, and then the trade would have gone through tomorrow. Maybe Julio just wants to take Clara from Wilson. Sierra from Wilson, I mean. Sorry about that. If that's his reason to come to Seattle, that is insanity. That is insanity. And besides, Russell Wilson, he would have complaints about that. LeBron is a crybaby. Welcome. Eagles. Well, maybe Eagles could be in there at the last second. But we don't know if Philadelphia is on the list, though. Also, we are still waiting on what kinds of trades could go down. I mean, seriously. We don't know what kinds of trades are going to go down to get Julio Jones. I mean, seriously. Tennessee Titans could basically trade these 4 players to try any of these 4 players. To try and get Julio Jones. I mean, seriously, it could come. They could trade Rashad Evans. They could trade David Long. And here come a couple of surprises. Second-year cornerback Christian Fulton? Hell no. And after we signed this guy, Janoris Jenkins? Hell no. I don't even know what the heck is going on. But Arthur Smith, you owe us for leaving Tennessee for Atlanta. I think you should definitely make the call now and convince the general manager of Atlanta to give Julio to Tennessee. You owe us, man. You owe us. I mean, seriously, Todd Downing, he definitely needs a comeback year because, yeah, one out-of-season injury from Derek Carr last year, and then Todd Downing got fired from the Raiders. Last time he was offensive coordinator. This is why it's a do or die season, because Todd Downing, he wasn't treated right. Right. They were more focused on Shane Bowen, building up his defense to prove they were right to trust Shane Bowen. But what about Todd Downing? Didn't I remind you of what happened last time he was offensive coordinator? Derek Carr got injured, and the Raiders' season went down the tubes, which resulted in him getting fired. And now here's Todd Downing back as the offensive coordinator. And what did he get? He got Josh Reynolds He basically got Dylan Raines with that second round pick. They definitely need to pull off a Julio Jones trade more than ever. Though there were some rumors about not only getting Julio Jones, but Hayden Hurst too, from Hayden Hurst as well. I mean, seriously, if we were to get both these guys, what the heck? if we score Hayden Hurst, this would definitely be this would be some kind of crazy dream. Still, all that matters is now, Titans, you definitely need to score Julio Jones. But if you don't, then you better hope you don't face him this year. You better hope you don't face him. Because Todd Downing, his career is on the line again. More than ever. Because, yeah. We also... And yeah, there are... And yeah, you got San Francisco, you got Seattle. Both these guys are looking... You got... The opponents Titans have that are in the hunt for Julio Jones. San Francisco, Seattle, New England. Any of these three guys go to Tennessee, any of these three guys get Julio, and they're going to be in a heap of trouble. And they're going to be in a heap of trouble. Right now, there's no word on Indianapolis anywhere. And all we do know is that the number of teams that are out of the Julio Jones sweepstakes, and that is the Los Angeles Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. Josh Gordon need to be back, but he has problems. Exactly, Danny P. Exactly. I think Josh Gordon should be one of the guys that gets cut tomorrow because he's wasting a lot of money. He's wasting his time. This is why Josh Gordon has to go. I can definitely see him go. You know who I could also see go? I think I could see Alshon Jeffrey going because, let's face it, Eagles no longer the same team. I think Alshon Jeffrey should go, and then Indianapolis should go and pick him up. Turn this Colts offense into an Eagles offense that not even the Philadelphia Eagles can produce. We may trade Evans since we got Monty Rice. Exactly, tighten up. Exactly. I think we should trade Evans. That trade for Monty Rice might confirm it. It might confirm it. But they might also go another linebacker. But there's also could be another linebacker on the line. Trade deadline's not until November. There's still lots of trades left that are still in the running. There's also KJ Wright out there. Holy crap. Holy crap. There's also Delaney Walker. Yeah, Delaney Walker, who worked with the 49ers and the Titans. Last year, he had his break due to the pandemic. Now, Delaney Walker is trying to make a comeback. Is Tennessee Titans willing to give him another chance since Jonu's gone? I don't know. Not if we get Julio Jones. Because guess what? We don't need another tight end, not as long as we get Julio. I know New York Giants are all tight end full because of Evan Ingram and Kyle Rudolph, unless, of course, they trade Evan Ingram. Because, yeah, Evan Ingram, I don't know if he's going to be worth staying with the New York Giants. I mean, seriously. They gave Daniel Jones all these weapons ready to go. But the question is, are they ready for Daniel Jones' strength? Saquon Barkley is coming off of the injured reserve list. They brought in Kenny Golladay. They drafted Kadarius Toney. They even signed Kyle Rudolph. Is that offense officially ready? I guess we'll just have to see, won't we? Because it's going to be a heck of a year. There's also the matter of Dallas. There's also the matter of Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys. Any of them could be in the running. Of course, Julio Jones isn't the only Atlanta Falcon we need to talk about. There are still a lot more Atlanta Falcons that could be cut by tomorrow. Oh, because the Falcons' cap space looks like doesn't even look like a team that has the best cap space. Still a lot more out there ready to go. In fact, even Hayden Hurst could be out of Atlanta because there were rumors about him being packaged with Julio Jones. I mean, seriously, they gotta pack. I mean, seriously, how could they keep Hayden Hurst if they drafted Kyle Pitts? Plus, Calvin Ridley is their future. And they haven't even gotten one single draft pick signed. I don't know if they ever had from the start, but still. There's also the conspiracy that says if Julio Jones gets traded, so would Aaron Rodgers. And don't even compare those two. I mean, seriously. But if there is a possibility that Aaron Rodgers could get traded, I don't even know where to begin. I do not want Aaron Rodgers in the AFC South, believe me. And there's only one team that needs a QB, and that's Houston Texans. No way in hell do we allow Aaron Rodgers to sneak into Houston. Though the most logical favorite is the Denver Broncos, and having a State Farm Bowl two games per year, because these two are division foes. But the fact remains is that the Chiefs are the better team, and that would have screwed Aaron Rodgers over. Because most of his time he would be a wild card team. Aaron to Houston is 5-12 or 6-11. Not if they get the right weapons. I don't even want to see that. But right now, their future is basically Davis Mills, unless, of course, Deshaun Watson resolves everything that he's been through. Or it could be Tyrod Taylor starting week one. But the question is, will Justin Fields start week one for Chicago? I don't know. Jay Cutler says no. And a part of me saying that maybe Justin Fields should start off because, but no matter who the QB of Chicago is, it's going to this Sunday night football game between the Bears and the Rams is going to be interesting because they're both starting off with new QBs. I'm watching the Bucs versus Titans preseason game, and I hope you keep track of their practices, of their joint practice, because who knows what they got planned next year. Yeah, maybe Bruce Arians could give Mike Vrabel some pointers. And trust me, this is a do or die year. Could be our last season with Rashad Evans, unless, of course, he gets traded tomorrow. This is also this could be our last year with Harold Landry. Before we move on. But one thing I do know is that they're most likely going to slap the 5th-year option on Jeffrey Simmons because he definitely deserved it. And that way they can focus on A.J. Brown next year. And not just A.J. Brown. Nate Davis deserved deserves the contract extension as well. But they can most likely slap the 5th-year option on Jeffrey Simmons so they can focus on A.J. Brown and Nate Davis next year. Especially with that cap space about to go up. That's been the problem with the offseason, the cap space, due to the pandemic. It stinks. I know. It stinks. But we can't help it. Unbelievable. That's why every move has to... SM Ducky, welcome. Every move has to be right, because one false move and you're completely out of here. Julio trade tight. Yeah, right. It's not even official. Yeah, nice try, SM Ducky. Yes. Every move has to be doubted, SM Ducky. We are still waiting on the mic on the Julio Jones sweepstakes. This is fireworks. Works we're hearing. So sorry. I can't get them to stop. Oh yeah, where was I? Oh yeah. It's gonna, because basically after the year, it's gonna be changing. We're gonna be changing up coach hirings to, in other words, coaches cannot be hired. People cannot hire new coaches until after the Super Bowl. That's basically how it goes. LB, MLB, and LB Corp. I don't even know. Let me finish. So yeah, basically next year's coach hirings can't be done until after the Super Bowl. So basically, if a team plans to fire their head coach next year, they're going to have to wait until after the Super Bowl to hire a new one. That is basically the new rule, because a lot of teams have been screwed over. I mean, seriously, we could have seen some Bills, Chiefs, Buccaneers move on to other teams. Which is why they're going to change up the coaching hiring rules to wait until after the Super Bowl before beginning to hire new head coaches. Because doing it right away really screws up a lot of opportunities. Though we do have Titans are trading fans. Yeah, right. Nice try, SM Ducky. That's not going to happen. I'm a Titan for life. And you can't trade fans. That's illegal. Anyways, there's still a lot more free agents that are still in the running to try and get. Yeah, I got a haircut. Anyways, let me finish here. There's still a lot more free agents out there, especially Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman. He's still out there. Holy crap. And both of his former teams, San Francisco 49ers and Seattle Seahawks, are trying to get him back. But also in the running are the New Orleans Saints. So, yeah, Richard Sherman, if he does come back to the NFL, he's definitely going to be staying in the NFC. Probably either staying with one of his former teams or going to that New Orleans Saints team who doesn't have Drew Brees anymore. That's basically the race for Richard Sherman, by the way. It's going to come down to either Saints, 49ers, or Seahawks. Yeah, right. You're right. Nice try. Yeah, you're not being truthful. Anyways, there's also a lot of people going around about Le'Veon Bell. There's also a lot of people going around about Le'Veon Bell, and I'm like, holy crap. Le'Veon Bell, why is he still in the running? And there's some rumors going around about him being a Baltimore Raven. I mean, seriously, what the heck? The Ravens? What the heck is up? Yeah, there could be a possibility it could be in Miami, but there are rumors going around that it could be Baltimore. But what? Baltimore Ravens? They got J.K. Dobbins from last year. What the heck? That is bogus. That has got to be bogus. Isn't Julio trade tomorrow? Well, it's basically this week. It is basically this week. It could be tomorrow. It could be Wednesday. It could be Thursday or Friday. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Julio's trade on June 1st. All we do know is that the two teams that are out are Los Angeles Rams and Baltimore Ravens. Bell to Ravens equals no Julio. Yeah, well, guess what? Julio Jones is no longer on the Ravens hit list now. So basically, it could lead to that. Oh my God. First source, Jones, Norman, seeming interest. Cedric Hawkins, welcome. And thank you for subscribing. By the way, I just found out. And there's still a lot more to worry about. I mean, seriously, we got to get the right team in reserve ready to go. Melvin Ingram is signing with Miami. Deals in place but not confirmed. Well, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll just have to wait until tomorrow to find out, because we did get word Melvin Ingram had visited the Miami Dolphins, but nothing was confirmed. So I think we'll have to wait until tomorrow before all deals can be final. Cardinals have a shot at division and playoff spot. I think you may be right. They went out of their way to get J.J. Watt from Houston. They also went out of their way to try and they also took Malcolm Butler from the Titans. They basically are on fire at this point. Yes, June 1st day is when he signed. Is the day when he signs. I guess we'll just have to see, SM Ducky. I guess we'll just have to see. Still got a lot more to think about. All teams 0-17. That would mean everyone forfeited, and there's no way in hell that's going to happen. Then tighten up. Titans going 14-3. Could be possible, but they start off with a rough September. They got Arizona Cardinals and in Seattle, then Indianapolis. No way in hell. No way. It's basically going to be one heck. That's why Titans spent most of their offseason, spent free agency and the draft on the defense because they definitely need to show they're not the same defense from last year. But still, I wish they would have been more supportive with the offense. And the fact that they're still going after Julio Jones confirms they are committed to the offense as well, that they are committed to Todd Downing. I really hope I hear Titans getting Julio Jones, and especially A.J. Brown, because he went out of his way to try and get Julio. Meanwhile, Seattle's representative is Russell Wilson. Of course, Russell Wilson wanted Julio Jones on the Seahawks. A.J. Brown's a smart, funny Corey Davis. I highly doubt it. But still, they need to get Julio Jones because last year A.J. Brown was basically playing the season on injury. Seattle's a joke. If they Julio, there are no draft and a sorry defense. I don't know. I think that offense is about to turn things around. Oh.